Hello everybody, how y'all doing? My name is Raffle and welcome to the channel, and today I want to talk about Kingbreaker, the new named assault rifle that came out with T.U.15. Yesterday I posted a video about probably the new meta build, which is the Heartbreaker new gear set with Kingbreaker and Dare, contractor's gloves and fog sprayers. Down below in the description there will be a link for that if you want to go and watch it. And in that video I said that I'm not really using Kingbreaker and I prefer to use Dare instead of Kingbreaker. They share the same talent, right? But the main reason that I don't want to use the Kingbreaker is because that it's very hard to control and use the weapon to its fullest, so to say. It's very hard in most scenarios, at least for me personally. However, when I'm using Dare, I can get the Heartbreaker stacks up to 100 very easily. It's very easy to control. It has 200 bullets, so I don't reload that much. So overall, I thought that Dare was the best way to go, and I still believe it is. But Kingbreaker is a too damn good weapon to ignore and to not talk about. What I'm going to do in this video, as you can see, I'm using this build, 4 Heartbreaker pieces, 1 Furniture Group backpack with the Vigilance talent on it and the Fox Bears, and I'm going to compare the damage I will get from the Kingbreaker. These are the rolls on Kingbreaker, and the damage I will get from a Police M4 with Killer talent on it. I know it doesn't have flatline, but I don't have it, and the difference, it's not really that insane, so to say. So my stats here is 113 critical hit damage for the Kingbreaker and 123 for the Police M4. And I will start with the Police M4 and then I will move on to the Kingbreaker just for you to see how much damage that weapon can actually do. I'm gonna put the difficulty on invulnerable. We're hitting health. It's important to remember that. I'm gonna pulse the target. I'm gonna try to activate Killer. Killer does not want to activate. There we go. So my Police M4 hits for 1,488,000, and then my Kingbreaker hits for 1,895,000, which is insane. I want people to understand how good Kingbreaker is, because all of the people, not all of the people, but most of the people on Reddit, on forums, on Facebook, wherever, they talk about Heartbreaker and how broken it is and blah blah blah, but they don't take into consideration how not broken, but how powerful Kingbreaker really is. And what makes Kingbreaker so powerful is that this weapon used to have 500 RPM, right? Weapon balancing in Division 2 is pretty straightforward. The higher the RPM of a weapon, the lower the base damage, and the higher the base damage, the lower the RPM. That's why you have weapons like FAMAS, who has pretty much one of the highest RPMs in the game, but has very low base damage. And then you have weapons like the AKM, which has very low RPM but has very high base damage. Kingbreaker, as I told you, used to have 500 RPM. They changed that from 500 to 650, but they did not change the base damage. The base damage of the Kingbreaker is the same as it used to be when it had 500 RPM, and that's why it's so powerful at the moment. I don't know if this is intentional or if it wasn't. Even if you try out the, where is it? The TKB, right? If we try out the TKB and we don't have flatline, we have Killer like the Police M4, right? You will see, let me get the stacks up again. You will see that the damage difference from the Police M4 to the TKB is still too damn high. Okay, stacks are maxed out. Let me activate Killer real quick. There we go, Killer is activated. We're hitting for 1,754,000 when the Police M4 with Killer activated hits for 300 less. TKB-408 and Kingbreaker right now are probably, if not the best, one of the best weapons out there when it comes to just damage numbers. And I'm mentioning that, I'm saying just damage numbers, because a weapon, it's not just how hard it can hit, but it's also how easy it is to hit the targets with it. My honest opinion, if I had to choose between the TKB and the Police M4, I would most of the times go with the Police M4, simply because even though TKB and the Kingbreaker hit so damn hard, it's very hard for me to get to 100 stacks and maintain it. The accuracy is very bad. The rate of fire, it's not my cup of tea. The stability is pretty damn hard. It's just not an easy to control weapon. So I would much rather, as I told you guys, they go with an easier to control weapon like Dare than with a weapon that hits harder. But because there are people out there who want to know which are the hardest hitting weapons, I felt like, and because this weapon is actually pretty damn good, I felt the need to actually showcase this weapon and talk more about it, in order to, in case you don't know about it already, to give you a heads up. Go check this out. It is pretty damn good. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoy the content and if you want to support me, please make sure to drop a like and to subscribe. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Bye bye.